Papa, Papa, Papa. Namaste, Nawaz.
Sawadika, Rachel, uh, how are you today?
I'm very well, Papa. How are you, Nawaz?
Very good, very good. So tell me, Rachel, you know what MGI wants, right? So beauty, body, all okay, good, right? But what about the business? How we get more money from India? Till now, not much. So what is your plan? What is your strategy?
At least give us a chance, Nawaz. India has 1.5 billion people and more. There are so much opportunities in India, Nawaz. You just have to tap it. And I'm here to help you. Do you agree with me?
Do you agree with me?
Hmm.
छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन है छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन ज़मीं आसमां ऊंची छू गया झूमता गगन मेरे झूम ले जहां ये कैसा नशा प्यार का समा वही समा झूमे आसमां होश तो खोले प्यार तू ले ले संग मेरे झूम जा कैसा नशा होश है कहाँ होश तो खोले प्यार तू ले ले संग मेरे झूम जा
Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and I don't think I have been more excited in doing a post preliminary review and the final prediction as I have been in this episode because it's MGI, and of course, well, you guys know how India's feeling after last night. I cannot breathe. Guru, how do you feel after watching the preliminaries last night?
I just felt that Diwali came a bit early. You could
Yes,
see as if the princess is coming back victorious. But
yes.
this is not just about India, it's going to be all about MGI. MGI is always very festive, very competitive, and the quality of production and the contestants have been quite spectacular. We have our favorites, and we have people who disappointed us as well. But that's going to
Hmm.
be an interesting episode, Emma. Do you think we are ready for it?
Well, I have never been more eager to record an episode as I've been today. And there's so much we want to talk about. We're going to talk about, of course, the swimsuit. And what we're going to cover in this episode is our, of course, overall production, what we thought about the preliminaries, the swimsuit round, the evening gown round, a special feature on somebody we love. And of course, we're going to end up with our final prediction for the finals. So you guys want to wait for this because it's absolutely going to be explosive because we've made a lot of changes on our list. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start with the intro and how were the preliminaries. Okay, we're going to start with the stage, the production, the music. So, Guru, overall, what do you think about how they organized it?
So let me start by saying is there was some sort of a miscommunication where I was thinking that the preliminaries are going to start in the next 2 hours, and I'm coolly driving back home,
Yes.
and then Emma says swimsuits are already almost over, and you guys should have felt what I was feeling. I rushed home, so when I started, in fact, they were doing this grand voice, and we ended up first watching the.
Hmm, hmm,
I think this is one show which I didn't see peacefully because there was excitement in the second half where after a certain
hmm.
point of time, I think there was no need to see anything. It was as simple as that, it was like game over, not even game on.
Yeah, yeah, and
And then
we're gonna
to,
get to that
and
point.
the first
Tell
was to
you
like, okay,
how it
just
happened.
fatafat, let's go home and start watching. So I
Hmm,
was, the nerves were high, the hopes were also high. I was
hmm.
hoping that, normally Indian queens don't end up putting that fabulous and best foot forward on the right date. It's always been a little short of expectations. I was hoping that knowing her, but then knowing the organization how it is, uh, anything can happen. We've seen the best of best contestants just fizzle out on the last day, and there are cases what we saw here. So I was excited, I was hopeful, and yeah, swimsuits I saw later. So when I talk of
Yeah, it
overall,
was
the whole
mhm.
production, I think it's a step down, I would say, compared to last year. If you remember, Vietnam was like, it's good to be alive. So there was a lot of
Ah, yeah.
energy on the, thing, and even the
Hmm.
stage was more grand. Here, you just saw there was a one long, ramp, and
Like a
there
catwalk.
were LEDs.
I'm hoping it's definitely going to change for the final night. I think this was just something they did. I do agree the stage was not as elaborate as it was last time. And the LEDs, of course, I think LEDs are now the trend. So you know that's not going to really fail. But what kind of you know, picturization and graphics to use,
Animation,
that's
correct.
also important to the show. So I think that that probably worked. Although it's fine, I guess, we saw national costume and that was like everybody saw it was pretty much the same stage. And this it kind of worked to an extent, but I would want to see a bigger, hopefully we're seeing a huge stage on final
Big
night.
stage.
Um, yeah, and the is it the same stage?
Yeah, yeah.
No, 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 no,
Yeah,
can't be.
yeah.
It has to be
It is
bigger.
what it is. It is the that. But I think they'll just
Not the
spruce it
that.
up. For example, I don't think when it happens in Thailand, because it's home turf, they don't
Hmm.
expect much to put in because it's their own monies. Whereas when they go to the likes of Vietnam and Indonesia, where there are bidders, where
Hmm.
countries bid, then they really put up a grand show. So I think that could be the reason why we see a little lesser
Was it a
quality.
make-do shift because Cambodia just
Cambodia was only first 10
bombed
days. So
out?
imagine if that would have been the case, then it's probably that could also have put some pressure.
Yeah,
But I
you
think
never know.
overall it was clear the
Overall,
HD
it was
live,
good.
even the reception, sometimes the quality of broadcast is not good. That was not the case, though it was glitching a lot. I don't know why. And there was this
Hmm.
whole discussion of please do not only watch on Grand, don't stream. We are going to put a lawsuit against you. I think that was a bit over exaggerated because of certain nuances or whatever considerations, which didn't reflect well on the organization. You
Hmm.
obviously YouTube automatically has copyrights and blockages that run automatically. You don't need to bring that out. Fair use of content is there already as part of the terms and conditions. But this time, so you'll see none of the bloggers will actually be showing you proper videos. They'll probably be putting
Hmm.
some photographs here and there. So
It was, I think it was, yeah, I don't know why they went so strict. It was a bit odd. But yeah, like you said, there were glitches, there were things, but I guess most of it worked. And one thing which is Guru's biggest pet peeve is the camera positioning. I think it went off pretty well, the close-ups to the full view, so we got to see the girls
you
properly.
were
So
trying to
that,
watch the boots. You wanted a camera angle of the boots. So
yeah.
there was a angle from it started from the boots and it went all the way up. That actually didn't work for few contestants. Some girls, their nuances or them not being very proper in their posing got very apparent because the shot started from the foot angle. So
I know. So, well, okay, I think, as of what we've spoken, I think it was pretty fair, and I'm hoping it's a bigger stage, but let's see how they make it work on the final night. So now we're gonna get to
what do you
our,
think
of
of
course,
the hosts?
the host. I didn't, I mean, I thought they were, I don't remember seeing them. I saw them in national costume, but I don't remember really seeing them on the stage last night. Did we see them on the stage last night? Oh yeah, we did. I think they're okay. I think the pronunciation is a bit of a up the gum tree. So that's
I
like
think I think Lucina Fuster has done
like
well.
you said, have a national and have somebody who really speaks. You've always said this, even you said this in Cosmo, that then there has to be a local and somebody who speaks the language, which is obviously either with an American or a British accent because it's easily understood. So there were some funny offs, but it was okay. It was okay. Nothing good.
I think
I
Lucina Fuster, Miss Grand International, she has done a tremendous job compared to
She's done a
when
very
she
good job. The
became
other guy,
now.
I think he struggles with pronunciation, but yeah, she looked, and let me say something on Luciana. She's looking gorgeous in everything she's wearing. I love how they're styling her. And then she's so much confident. Like you can see she's really grown in that 1 year with MGI. She's just flowered, blossomed into this beautiful woman. We saw this little, she was like a little a bulb, like a little bud, a
Bud,
rosebud, and
yeah,
now she's
Bud.
completely
Correct.
bloomed. Yeah, and that's what I see, and I think I just want to see what she's going to do in the future because she's really beautiful. And so yeah, fingers crossed. hope to see wonderful things
So,
from
Emma,
her.
we are at the swimsuit competition. Let's start with our top 15, starting with number 15 for Emma.
For me, it's she's a sweetie, and I think she had the best walk. South Africa, Shan, and if you see her walk, she was very jovial, and I think she had the most jiggly thing that she
Jiggly
did, and I
wiggly.
loved it. Yeah, she's got this cute little I don't know what you call it, this teeth here. It's very mischievous. It's like Dracula teeth. I know what you call them, but it looks very cute on her. So she's 15 for me. Who's at 15 for you, Guru?
So this is a disappointment. She is Miss Curacao. So I
Ah,
thought that she would go higher, but I do believe on that day, all many of the contestants really brought in their A game. She wasn't grand enough, I would say, though her smooth, movements were very smooth, and she had few nice interactions with the camera, but I think others did better.
okay. All right. And at 14.
Okay, Emma, so who is at number 14 for you?
14 for me is Christine, Miss Philippines. Yeah, I know it's a little low because I have put some other girls on the top. You're gonna see, but in swims, I'm not talking about her body. I just felt that I've seen that, and I'm kind of put Philippines a little lower, which I usually don't do. So who's at 14 for you?
So for me, it's the hometown country delegate, Miss Thailand. So she
Oh
is
my
one of the
God!
shortest contestants, and I like the way she opened the number by spraying and getting the heat
Yeah,
portion down,
yeah.
cooling it off at the right places. There were a lot of heat down there, but I just felt that the other Miss Thai Grand International that have done better. I just felt that she's somewhat looking like Miss Anne Jacobong.
It's a swimsuit? Okay, okay, okay. An unlucky 13 for me is actually a sweetie that I like. I like her because she's very womanly, very feminine, and people don't notice her much. It's Faith Torres, Miss Gibraltar. I love her from this world. So she's definitely going to be on my list because she's a favorite. She didn't stand out for me in evening gown, but swimsuit, definitely. At number 13, who's unlucky 13 for you?
It's a country that is very close to my heart, but it is at number 13, Miss Puerto Rico. So we've
Ooh,
seen that,
okay, that has
she's
to be.
very fluid. But I've seen that face, I've seen the walk. It's great. She's great, but I think Grand requires something extra. Even Nawad keeps saying, "What extra? What more?" It's never enough at Grand. You have to bring
Yeah.
that A game on, which has to be magically memorable. And though
Mm,
the Passerella was great, smooth turnings, interaction with the camera, knew where she's moving, but is
mm.
that enough? I don't think so.
Right.
Okay, Emma, number 12.
Number 12 for me is Miss Pakistan, Roma Michael. And she is a surprise because she has that factor, which I usually thought I would not see in Miss Pakistan. And she worked it on the runway. Amazing smile, and she's very sexy. So she's definitely number 12. And who's in number 12 for you,
So
Guru?
number 12 for me is a total surprise. I have not noticed her throughout the competition, but she came out of nowhere, Miss Japan. Miss Japan is one of the rare contestants who doesn't look like the quintessential Miss Japan that we've seen all these years. What I loved about her was her energy, the Wawa Boom factor. She knew the twirls, she knew the twerks. She was bringing her fiercest game on. So I have hopes for Japan actually this year. So
Really?
yeah, number
Interesting. Wow.
11.
Okay, so we're almost reaching our top 10, and at number 11, for me, is a favorite of mine, and people don't notice so much. It's a little dainty, actually. Is Amy Berry, Miss United Kingdom. So she has a very sexy face, and I love her. There's some I don't know who she reminds me of, but um, take a look at her. She probably may not go very far in this competition, but
No, she
I
might.
just
She was there in my number 17. But she actually participated in Miss Grand Thailand this year, where she did not place. So she went to UK and then she won. I think this is the latest trend, guys, right? We've
her name
seen
is Amy Virania Berry. There is some Filipino roots in her.
not Filipino, Thai, Miss Grand Thailand.
Oh, Thai. She can compete.
She has competed already, but she did not win. So she went to UK and then she won. So I think this is
My
a trend with
goodness. So
girls, like we've seen. VVV
Ah,
going to New Zealand and winning. And we saw one more, no? One more lady, one from Philippines, Great Britain as well, actually. This time, Miss Great
mm,
Britain in Universe has actually
mm.
participated in Miss Universe Philippines. So it's
This is interesting. So I can be a little hopeful for UK then. Okay, so who is at number 11 for you, Guru?
huge disappointment again. I don't know. The people who really disappointed me, really, really disappointed me. Miss Spain. I really thought that, she came with the glamazon vibe when she came to this competition. And we thought that, okay, now she'll show this. There were sparks of brilliance, but then where it actually had to be,
Yeah.
enough and more amply demonstrated, I felt that she was a bit stiff. She was flirting with the camera, but she was not really I wouldn't say going all the way to impress Nawaz, but she was contained in her own self. It looked like a very Miss Universe swimsuit walk for me. So that was
Yeah.
a disappointment for me.
Wow.
That
Wow.
number
I'm
11 for
surprised at
me.
that. I'm actually surprised you put it there. Okay, it's top 10,
Top
guys. It's
10.
getting closer. Who is at number 10 for me? It's Miss Vietnam. Her name is Bo Lit. That's her name. And I think she popped right at the end for me when she did that pose. And there was something about her that just caught my attention. I do like Vietnam, although I was very disappointed in Evening Gown. But yeah,
But do you think
yeah, I
because of
think
this Cosmo, this will play a part of not getting her placed? Just a random theory. Because now,
I don't think she's not exactly a crowd favorite from what I've heard. She is a favorite,
she's
but I
not,
don't think she's someone who's talking and like taking
because
the
they're also
attention
not
of the
hosting, no?
cameras. Yeah, like if you see the reels going on in the pageant community right now, you don't see much of Vietnam. You see Myanmar. Oh, you're seeing
Even last
Spain,
year,
or
if you
you're
remember,
seeing
out of nowhere she came second. It was all business because
that
that
was
time
a
Myanmar
disaster.
had to be hosting
Yeah.
the pageant, but then they had to drop out. But
There are these upsets, so we might see a little bit of upset with Vietnam. You never know. But who is at number 10 for you, Guru?
so number 10 for me is US Virgin Islands. I think she gave a very, very matka jhatka walk. A lot of curves,
Mm,
a lot of body show, a lot of right moves, a lot of
mm.
you know face expressions which are almost orgasmic, if I may say. So I think that works, and it's not that it was vulgar. I think it's just a part of what Nawad has created as a brand,
Yeah.
grand. So
Mm.
she would enter my top 10, and
I
what?
agree with you because at number 9 for me is US Virgin Islands. That put her just a little up than you because, yeah, I do agree with everything you said. She has that oomph, sexy factor, and she can really work it on stage. Maybe a little over the top sometimes, but it works, Not Who bad. Is at number 9 for you, Guru?
Okay, so at number 9 is Malaysia.
Oh my God. You like her?
I just feel there is something in her which is very alluring, though she is loud in that beginning part, but I've seen her really trying to impress. Um, Not just that, I think she's one of the best Malaysian contestants that have actually come on grand
Mm,
stage. And she
mm.
speaks very well. She knows so many languages. So generally, I had a good perception of her. But when it comes to even body moves, I think she has that bit of. She's not fearful. She's not controlling or hiding anything. She's confidently showcasing herself. She's not holding back, I would say. So
I
that
think
made
she
me
fell
feel.
from my list when during the press session, when she lifted her skirt and you could see her panties. That was like so cringe. Just a
That
skirt,
time she
like
got
it was
brownie
not part of
points.
the outfit. It was not like it was part of the outfit. It was just, she just lifted it, and I've been like, okay, that was a bit off for me. Okay, we're now down to 8. I really want to know who's Guru's number 8.
You're number 8 now.
My number 8, okay, is this might offend a lot of people. Indonesia, Supernova, number 8. I think I was expecting more from her walk. She's got a fantastic body, so that's nothing to do with that. It just probably,
Choppy.
after India, I think when I saw her, I just felt that it would be a little more out there, like pop or something. It didn't really pop, but I guess she was followed after India, so it's hard to compete with that. So maybe that's
I
why
think we are
Indonesia
used
came.
to. I think we are used to getting more cheer on Indonesia rather than India all these years. You remember
Yeah,
when
and
we,
it
when
was
we
the
went
opposite
to
this time. Yes,
guys when we
yes.
went to Miss Grand in 2022. in Indonesia. India was there. Prachi Nagpal.
Prachi was
She
standing
came and
there,
then
and
she
then
was coming to introduce herself, and then we suddenly see that the crowd has erupted because they saw that Miss Indonesia just
Indonesia's next.
started
Yeah,
coming. But at that same time, that really boosted the confidence of Prachi. Though the
yeah.
claps and cheers were not for her, but it just shows that if you can support, you should support everyone. Which is what I saw in um, Vietnam. They were doing it for everyone, even in Cosmo for everyone. But here, I did not see equal claps for everyone. They've put in so much of effort. I think that will be good on
There's
the
something
whole
I liked
swim
about
team.
El Salvador. They cheered everybody
Everyone.
very.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that was the
boost
sweet
the
thing of El
morale.
Salvador. I think it's the people, it's the community that makes a difference. So it was equal, and I think, yeah, that's the thing. Not just the favorites. And it makes
Indonesia
a
for
big
you, huh?
difference. Yeah, you're very true, right on that. Yeah.
So for me,
Okay.
at number 8, let's be honest, was Miss India. So for me, Rachel was at number 8 right now.
On six.
Yes. I like to be objective, and I think that's what and we
Please
stand.
explain
So I'll
yourself.
explain. So there were the two things in which, or three levels at which this can be explained. First is the fact that yes, your competition is with yourself, and you should improve, and which what she definitely did compared to the swimsuit competition that happened on the boat, where we did not see any turns where she put her choti and then just dropped it. Here, getting her hair wavy was a superb idea to get her styling right, to give that volume. So that
Hmm.
worked for her. Second is there are much more effective grand walkers in my list compared to her. Just because India has done great and everybody's talking about it, we should not be complacent. There are still nuances that need to be corrected. Her first
So
turn
she's at eight,
that
eight for you.
happened,
Okay.
there were
Hmm.
two turns that she did. The first turn, she stepped one extra step. It's like you step it and then she does a double step, so double twirl. So if you remember, guys, the Shweta Sharda had a double turn, this flip. Similarly, there was your Rachel's double twist, but that double twist came with a bit of a lag. And if that can be smoothened, I think it'll be great. Why? Because it's during that time and the time you move to the center of the ramp is where your scores are given, if scores are given, assuming, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it's not
Hmm.
at the final ramp where you're doing the final turn and going back. That's not where marks are going to be given. So her second turn was great. And that curl and curves and putting their hand here and there, that worked. If some of that can be pre done before she actually comes to the main ramp, because that is one area where you felt it was not fluid. It just was not very fluid. Go back
Hmm.
and see it again. Probably
I
better
remember there
understanding
was
the.
this step. Yeah, she did the step. So I just felt that it did lack a little bit of that energy, which we saw even in the with her ponytail when they did it on the yacht. She had that problem, the energy with walking.
But how did
I'm
you
not
see
sure how much
how
of
she
that's going to
performed
play out in the
India?
final, huh?
So you remember the way she says Miss Grand India and India. There were two different ways in which she said. I don't know what's going to be the final way in which she says India, because if you remember, Archana's symbol was India. Different.
One thing I've noticed about Rachel, which I love about her, she's not too gimmicky. She's very natural. She doesn't want to do all that gimmicky thing of too much of one and one. And she doesn't do that. I like her because she's very natural, and I think she stays true to herself, and that's probably why she's standing apart as well for many reasons. Because everyone's doing that
It
one,
reminds me
one,
of
one.
we
Huh?
put a small post on Elizabeth, Isabella Menin. I think we get that she's from the same breed, if I may say, of queens like Isabella. She's
Mm,
also not in the face. She's not like loud and
she's not
out, but
she's not
there
doing
is
that
some.
herd mentality thing, which I like about her. So maybe probably why she's higher
Isabella is
on
going
my
to be,
list.
if Isabella is going to be the judge, then also we have some more brownie points, because in her interview she says that she likes India. So
There's everybody is saying that likes India, so it's like a very positive for us. So she's at India's at
number
number eight
8
for Guru.
for
And
me,
okay,
number
so let's get
7
on
for
with this.
Emma. What's
Number
the
seven
number
for
7?
me is, of course, Spain, Susanna. Yeah, I think I agree with what Guru said, but I think she's very pretty and gorgeous, and that body is a knockout. So you can't miss her. So, I mean, even she's walking a little off. she does not have much of a bad day because you are looking at her and she has that, she knows how to work her face, and that's her absolute, power look. And she has that power look that she does a lot. You even saw that in the evening gown. So that's why she's for me at number seven. Who is that seven for you?
Well,
I'm
number
very
seven
interested
for
to
me
know.
is Miss Brazil. So
Ooh,
I think
okay.
I think Brazil is one country that never fails to impress, and I think she has the face card, and the last flip that she gave was so effortless because I remember these two girls are coming and
Mm.
then they're doing some
I'm
jiggly
dying to see
together.
who's on your. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then they were like flipping, and during that time you could really feel the practice that one has done to get this so confidently, comfortably, second skin, second walk. It's just like driving. I think it just became a routine, and that becomes very
Hmm.
important. So for me,
Hmm.
that she's at number seven. Number six, just before the top five. Emma, what is your who is at a number six?
And at number six for me is Miss Ecuador. And you guys, you have not noticed Ecuador. She had a fantastic national costume. She may not have that perfect look of what MJ wants, but she really worked well. She walked so sweet. She was smiling. She was full of energy. And you know what? I think, oh, you should notice her a little bit. So she definitely in swimsuit, she was flawless. I loved it. So she is at number six for me, which is a big, big, big deal because I really didn't think I'd put her so high up. Guru, who's at number six for you?
The number six is Miss Colombia. So Miss Colombia also equally stunning when it comes to swimsuit.
Ah,
Um, she was definitely much more polished and much more fierce compared to Brazil. So for me, these two ladies are actually neck to neck. Sometimes one goes above the other. So Brazil
mhm.
was at number seven for me, and Colombia is at number
Seven for you, yeah.
six for me. Yeah.
Interesting. The number six for you is Colombia. Okay, wow. Now we're up to top five of best in swimsuit. Okay, and at number five for me is a sweetheart we all love, Safeto, Miss France. I mean, you gotta love the little antics she does. It doesn't look over the top. It is so natural that comes from her. I love that wig. You know, which is funny, when she first came with the wig, I was like Naomi Campbell. I was like,
Naomi.
that is so Naomi Campbell. And then I was like, okay, and I was kind of disappointed because she rocked the ball look. And I love the little the things that they were doing, this little engagement with the two contestants. When one was going, one was coming, they would do something, and then on the way back, they would again do something. So hers was the best. She took the wig, and that one, I don't know who came before France, Ghana. No, after before France, I don't know. So she took the wig and she twirled it around and walked. So that was so funny, and my
What would
God,
we
that
have done,
girl.
Emma, if we were next to each other? We would do the
We would be like Golgappa.
no, no, no. You
I would
remember?
just be like Golgappa. Oh, we would do the Jujuri dance. Wait. We would do the Jujuri dance, which Rekha does in her famous song. So I was very I loved it. Very Victoria's Secret, like the girls engaging while they were crossing over each other. So France was like absolutely adorable,
Oh,
and naturally her walk, her personality, and she sang very well, although she did not make it with a grand voice. But yes. Okay, number five, Guru. Who is at number
five for me
five?
is a lady who is working very hard to inch towards the back-to-back Miss Peru, where we
I knew
see
you were
her
gonna say Peru.
her afro and her just Wawa womb. She has a lot of, I think she's a Latina. She has strong bones, strong muscles. Like she's here to stay, and then she makes every step has
Agree.
weight in it, but still it's light and effortless because of the way she carries it, her smile, and her vibe is very youthful. At
Hmm.
the same time, there is a Latina vibe and a Caribbean vibe as well. So for me,
Yes.
number five is Peru. Okay, number
I agree.
four, just
Number
before the
four
top
for
three.
me is someone Guru put very low, is Miss Brazil. I think she's spectacular.
She's awesome.
And I don't think they're gonna crown her because we already had a Brazil. It just probably won't happen. But this girl is one of the strongest ones I've seen. She is absolutely gorgeous. I love her legs. I mean, just look at her legs. So when she
Brazil.
walks, I was it's amazing. Absolutely stunning girl, Miss Brazil. Her name, Talita. I think it's Talita Hartman. So yeah, I love her. Absolutely. She's at number four. Who is at four for you, Brazil? I think. Who is four for you, Guru? Not Brazil.
So for me, number 4 is Miss Myanmar. She was
Ooh.
perfection, uh, fire on stage. I think she continued that in her evening gown as well. But I think
Mm.
she really knows how to flirt with her eyes, with her hips, with her smacks and hips. Definitely for her, hips don't lie. So number 4 for me is Myanmar.
All right, we're down to top three. This is it. This is in swimsuit, so wait for the evening gown. Okay, and number three for me is Peru.
Oh, thank God.
Why I love because if you notice, she did not wear a wig. She left her hair natural, which is an afro, which is not very long. That suited her so much better than her tying her hair up and putting on a wig. I do not like that. This looks so fantastic on her, so natural. That girl just rocked the stage. She looked tall and slender, and my God, that energy. So yeah, keep the natural hair. I just don't like it. Even evening gown, she tied it up and put a wig. I don't like extensions. I think that natural look was what she aced. So she's number three for me for that reason. Who's the number three for you, Guru?
For me, number 3 is France. So
Ah, okay,
yeah,
okay.
I think
That's sweet.
she
Okay.
really swimsuit is all about confident. It's all about, showing that effervescent personality. I think she did exactly that. If you remember in her interview round with Nawad, he mentioned that, he would like to see her in a wig. So she actually
Mm,
took the assignment, understood the brief, and showed it where it mattered, but at the same time, stayed true to herself and threw away
mm,
the wig. So I think that was she's very strong as a not just as a flag bearer of the European region, but I think she's really made her mark felt. She reminds me of last year's Angola. She had that same vibe
yeah, yeah, same, same,
of
same,
being
same. Yeah.
out there, but that's why she's not in my top thing, but she's definitely inching up because I'm sure
Yeah,
her
naturally.
interview also went off very well. So we'll see how that impacts the overall score. So yeah, right now number 3 is France.
Okay, we're down to number two, best in swimsuit. This is going to be damn interesting. Okay, so I might do a switch here. I think I'm going to do a switch here. Okay, at number two for me is India.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, I just put somebody up way up. I did a switch here. So for me, at number two is India because yes, I agree with Guru that there was this glitch in her little walk that she did, but the fact is again that aura, her aura takes all the
Undeniable.
points. Even if she has these little, she slows down or she kind of makes a stumble here and there. It's just that there's something
It
about that girl.
doesn't
That
count.
energy is so unbelievable. Yeah. You can't miss it, and you just can't ignore her. That okay, she's like, okay, I am here.
It's
Like
like the
that song,
moon.
I'm Woman.
It's
Yeah, it's like
it's
that
like the
song,
moon,
I'm Woman, Hear Me Roar. It's all about that,
Um,
and yeah. So I kind of brought it down a bit because I just realized somebody I'd really loved is on number one for me. So who's at number two for you, Guru?
So
I'm
for
just
me,
so
number two
I don't know
is
which girl you left
Miss
out.
Philippines. So CJ
Oh,
Piazza is number 2 for me. I do believe that she was always a grand prototype, and if you look at her passerella, it's all about showcasing I am here. Look at me. You better look at me. I'm the winner. It's all about I, me, myself. And I think in that mold, it's not just that she is doing that in a way that is not putting effort. It's very effortless and it comes very natural to her. Even flipping of the hair, doing this, that, giving
mm,
that strong, face and then smiling it off. I think she's a master. Nawad would also align with what I'm
hope he does.
thinking.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I hope he.
So yeah,
Um.
number 2 is Philippines for me.
All right, so we're number one. Now this is going to be interesting because I don't know which girl Guru's left out. I just
Which
have no
okay,
idea who's at
which
number one.
alphabet does it start with? At least we'll get to know. Maybe we both have the same.
I don't think so. I think you already mentioned my number ones. I don't think it's
Oh,
the same.
okay, you call
Yeah.
yours.
Okay.
Okay.
So my number one is Malin, Thailand.
Ah, what?
tell you she worked fantastic. I think what got to me was, when the girls were having these little interaction moments, she's the only one who concealed this perfume and this deodorant, and nobody knew. And then she just took this deodorant. And then what got me was how sexy she was when the spray thing happened. The way she wiggled her body like a little slithering like a snake. Oh, I was like, oh, that is so sensual. I mean, I kind of want to do that to my boyfriend, like spray an Albert just going like this. Yeah, I swear there was such a sexy move. Like I
Everyone
think
was doing that for Nawaz, so
you
it
know,
wouldn't go. It'll be counted. It all counts.
so that's the reason why she's Thailand. Just like I said, that's such a sexy move, and it is so seductive, and it was on stage, and then and I was like, yeah, I want to do that, just do like this, and then somebody spray you or something. That got to me. I thought that was so original. I'm not sure if any other girl has done it, but I thought that was very original and very naughty. I thought it was very brave and naughty, and that's what caught my attention. And her work was perfection. There was absolutely nothing to flaw in her work. Like, oh my God. And her hair, fantastic. So yeah, that's why it's the personal reason why it got to me is Thailand number one. Okay, now I need to know Guru's number one.
You don't
Who
need to
has
do so much. I think the winner for me, hands down, was Dominican Republic. She gave
oh my God, I
such an amazing performance. You can't imagine. Like it was so cheeky, it was so playful, it was so flirty, and
didn't.
it was so perfect. Having all these together while smiling, and
Hmm.
I think she aced it. Nobody came close to her. You should see it
Uh-huh.
again once.
I'm
I
gonna
really
see that
felt
again because
that
I did
she knocked it
not.
out of the park. There is this particular step. It seems as if she's like a joker. She puts one step ahead and then goes one step back. It's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
amazingly
yeah. I remember
improved.
now. I remember. Yeah, yeah, I
And
remember
then
that.
she
You
goes
like
like
that,
this, and
yeah.
then she goes like that. And I don't know why she reminds me of Aruna Hirani.
Yeah,
So
it was.
she's nice.
That's the top 15 for the best in swimsuit, guys. Let us know who yours are
Leave your
because coming up
comments
next
down.
is a very fun episode, Gown Round, and that's the one we all wait for. So you don't want to miss it. But right now, tell us who you liked in
Who was your
swimsuit and who was not. We bumped a lot of people on and off our list. Let me know who is in your top five and who's not anymore.